Co-creators. I used to wake up in the middle of the night years ago, um, and my heart would be pumping hard. I'd be sweating. My mind would be racing, and I would just have this unearthly feeling inside of me. And it wasn't necessarily like a panic attack right out the bat. It wasn't necessarily like, an anxiety attack. I used to just have this overwhelming feeling of like, what is this? Like, what is this? I was confused of why I was here, and what is this experience? What is this life for? What is this whole everything? I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, what is this? Like, how did I get here? And it used to make me feel just disconnected from the world and out of whack, and just made me feel alone. Like, am I the only one here that's like confused about what am I doing here? Like, what is this? And it's kind of hard to explain, but I'm like, what is the whole human experience? And I mean, it was so intense. I used to feel like I was floating in the middle of space somewhere, because I'm like, I don't even know how I got here. I don't know what I'm doing here. And I'm talking about as a grown person. I'm talking about, like, 30 some years in, and I'm having these moments of just straight up confusion. Like, what in the world is this I'm in? Like, what is this? And it used to be difficult for me to deal with that. And I used to try to ignore those feelings. And over time, I don't know if I ever, got over that feeling, but it stopped bothering me. It's like I started just realizing that I'm here in this human experience, this human body, because I have a job to do. And it's not necessarily anything to do with, being successful, making a lot of money. I mean, that could happen in the process of doing my job, but it's like I have a purpose and I don't belong here. This is not my permanent place. I'm out of place. I just felt like I didn't belong to this world. And not in a suicidal way or anything like that. I'm just like, I just knew, okay, I am not this body. Yeah, I live in this body, I take care of it, but this is not me. This is it's almost like somebody gave me amnesia and put me in some weird place. And I'm like, what is this crap? Like, what is everything? What is this physical reality? Like, why am I feeling? Why am I breathing? Why am I this? Why am I that? I'm looking around me like, who made this thing? Like, how did I get inside of here? And that really used to mess me up. But like I said, over time, I started focusing on things that didn't change regardless. And I'm not talking about the rules of man in this world, because the rules of man in this world change all the time. Men are humans. Well, we are some fickle folks, and things change all the time. So I started focusing on what resonated with me. What did I love? And not necessarily what people I loved. I mean, that's a factor, but my decisions on how I live my life, and what the one thing that was concrete, because everything else is like, okay, what is this reality? I don't even know what this is. How did I get here? I have no idea. I guess, yeah, I was born, but who made that? Who made that the way I got here? And where was I before this? I was confused and I was terrified about it, And I found the only stable place I could find in all of the madness of this world and this reality and this physical body and all of the feelings and confusion. The only thing that was stable was love. That's the only thing that didn't change. It's like, what do you love? Not what you was taught to love, not what you've been influenced to love by your society that you live in. What do you love? What do you really care about? What brings you joy? And I started focusing on that. And that centered me. That brought me to a place where I didn't care about why I was here or what is this. I was like, nah, I'm here for a purpose, to love, to do what I love, find out what I love, and just love folks. Just love on people in my own way. And I'm not perfect. I fall back into my earthly ways, my fleshly ways, and I get scared at times. I get worried about loss and scarcity mindset and all that. I'm living in this human body, so those emotions do come through me. But I always center myself with love. Like, who cares about all the rest of those feelings of loneliness, or, like I said, fear and all that? Who cares about that? The thing that doesn't change, that stays the same, is love. And not necessarily loving, one person, not like that. Just, what do I love? What do I resonate with? What makes me feel good? I may want to go sit in a field somewhere and just touch the ground, and that may resonate with me. Whatever love is to you, that's what you should be focusing on. And when you learn to focus on what you love, this world becomes abundant to you. It becomes like a playground to you. Like, everything becomes easy. Everything kind of flows. It's not, you're going to have your moments of struggle, because you got to learn. You're here to learn too. But overall, you're not going to stress out and be down in the dumps for days, because you understand that love is the leading part. That's what you're walking with, what you love and what you resonate with. And as long as you follow that, everything else is not even a big deal. Yeah, you're gonna hurt. You're gonna have some pain. You're gonna have some fear. You're gonna have some loss. You're gonna have some loneliness. You're gonna have all the emotions that come with being in this three-dimensional world, in this human avatar. But overall, if you focus on love, all the rest of the stuff going on in the world, it just it fades into the background. You can interact with people. You can live a life. You can have good relations with people and all that. But you got to know, at the end of the day, it's just you and love, or are you love? It's just love. You are love, and focus on the things that resonate with you. And you got to be very careful. And that's the challenge, is to figure out what's really real to you and what's been made to be real to you. That's very hard, folks. That's hard to figure that out. Because we grow up in families, and we're taught to be loyal to certain ideas, certain people. Just because somebody related to you, you got to feel this way about them. You got to protect them this way. And I'm not saying any of those things are bad. You might live in a certain society. You was taught to believe this. You might have been raised with a certain religion. You was taught to look at life and death and people like this. A lot of that stuff, 99% of that stuff that you say you care about, was brainwashed into you, was put on you. It's not something that you genuinely love. Then I made that word longer than what it's supposed to be. It's not something that you genuinely love. It's things that you've been taught to love and taught that's important to you. And it may be important to a degree, but it's not you. You've been given a bunch of labels and a bunch of different reasons to do things. And at the end of the day, if you really think about what you care about, a lot of those things don't even matter to you. You're just doing them because you're trying to do the right thing. You're participating in things because you're trying to do the right thing in this society that you was raised in. You're trying to do something that somebody taught you, that a religion taught you to do is the right thing. And I'm not saying those things are bad. I'm not saying don't do those things. But if you want to center your life and scrape off the excess fat, focus on what you really love and really think about it. Separate yourself from all of those layers of family obligations, of societal obligations, all those different little labels. Oh, you this skin color, you in this age group, you attracted to this person or that sex or whatever. Pull back from all that and go all the way down deep inside and see what you really care about and what you really love. Lead with that. Everything else is just like, it's just, it's just colors in a painting. You know what I'm saying? It's the base of the painting is what it's all about. Everything else is like just accessories. You know what I'm saying? And it's beautiful. You're the base of the painting. Your love, that's the base. That's the base. That's the painting, the beautiful portrait. That's you. That's the love. and all those different facets, those different labels and societal norms and obligations and expectations that people have on you, those are all colors. That's cool, but the most important part is the base, and that's you. It's what you love. So anyway, just wanted to get that out. That just popped in my head when I came set in the car. I didn't even have anything to talk about. Anyway, my co-creators, I love you. And I want you to focus on what you love and focus on who you are and peel back those labels so you can really see yourself. A lot of times we don't see ourselves until we old and dusty and beat down and gray. We can see ourselves today though. See who you really are and what you really care about today, and base your life on that. Make your decisions on that, and stop being afraid to lose people and lose things. I'm not saying you should lose them, but to stop making decisions in fear like that. That's not how we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to be running around here afraid to lose stuff, afraid to die, and afraid to. We here temporarily. We don't belong here. This is a temporary ride. We do not belong here. What is this? You know what I'm saying? This is not who we are. We are way bigger than this. We are not physical. We are eternal beings that's been around forever and will always be around. So don't forget that, folks. I love you, my co-creators. Co-create while you're here. Make it beautiful, and keep up the good work. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye.